So interestingly, we have two threes and two fours. Threes talk about spirituality and spiritual growth. The fours represent stability and security. So Aquarius, it looks like this Three of Swords is something that happened in the past. So you're coming out of a situation where you've dealt with a heartbreak, or you've dealt with something that was very challenging for you emotionally, okay? However, underneath that we have the Three of Wands, and this talks about your ships finally coming in. We can see a ship sailing in, covered in light, surrounded in light. So this is something you've been waiting for, or this is an opportunity that you've been hoping for, and it's finally coming to you. And I feel like it's going to be a new, fresh start for you, where your passions are ignited, or your creativity is you're inspired creatively. And this is an offer, again, that's been long in coming, because we have the Knight of Coins next to this Ace of Wands. So this is an offer where, you've been waiting on it. You've been hoping. You've been anxious, but it's been long in coming, and it's finally arriving in the next 6 weeks. The Palace of Coins, this deck is unique because it has these Palace cards, and the Palace cards are associated with the court cards of each suit. So the King and Queen of each suit reside in a palace. And so the Palace of Wands, it's a fiery energy. As you can see that it's illuminated from within. And you can see that we have two Knights of Wands sitting on top of these wands here in front of the palace. So this is something, whatever you're going through or whatever you're dealing with, whether it's a new job opportunity or it's a change in home, because it can very much be a change in home with the Ten of Cups here. It can be, gaining that sense of stability in a relationship or in your home life. It's like it's illuminated from within. There's a lot of love and feelings of warmth in your home life, in your inner relationships. And I'm feeling like I'm getting different messages here. I'm sorry if I'm going back and forth. For those of you where this is like maybe a work situation, this is a new offer coming in that you're very passionate about, that you've been waiting on. It's a long time in coming. It's highlighting for you your passions. It's highlighting for you what drives you and what's motivating you. You're feeling very passionate. I mean, you're coming up as the Queen of Wands here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 wands, and they're all interconnected. And it's after this heartbreak or heartache that you've dealt with. So maybe you didn't get something that you put in for, a job opportunity in the past, and there was some letdown about that, but don't be upset, because there's something better, even better for you around the corner that, is just going to be something that you're very energized about, something you're very inspired by and motivated by. Long time in coming, but it's coming. For those of you where this is a family situation, maybe your family has dealt with some heartbreak. Maybe you've had to let go. Maybe you've had to say goodbye to someone. But you're understanding now the need to let that go. And you understand that that love that you've had for that person, it can live on in your heart. But there is a need to let that person go, for maybe their own reasons. Maybe it was a passing of a loved one, or maybe it was just an ending of a relationship or a family relationship. Maybe it was saying goodbye as your children went off to college. It was something in that regard where it was a bit heartbreaking for you, but it's, it's rewarding at the same time, because it's bittersweet. If it's someone that has passed on, you know that they're in a better place, and you're inspired to continue either their life work, or you're inspired to continue their memory, maybe do something in memory of them. And I see that being something very, very, very beneficial. If it was a passing of a loved one, I feel like they've been sick for some time, and now it's, again, bittersweet, because you don't want to say goodbye, but at the same time, you need to let them go so that they can be happy and they can be in a better place. This can be a fire sign as well. So we're talking Leo, Sagittarius, Aries that you're having to say goodbye to and let go of. I'm getting strong mother here, just because we have the Queen of Wands and then the Ten of Cups. So it can be a mother that you're saying goodbye to. For some of you, this is a wife or a partner that you've had a relationship with, and that you two are better off apart. The Four of Swords here is saying that you need to take a time out. You need to allow yourself rest. You need to allow yourself to heal from this situation. I don't feel that you want to. You want to keep moving forward. It's like you don't want to take the time out to really heal with the Four of Cups underneath the Four of Swords. You're not happy with that, but it's needed of you. You need to allow yourself that rest in order for you to have peace in your life and in your home. The Six of Swords talks about moving out of choppy waters into calmer, serene waters. So, again, things may have been tumultuous or difficult or challenging, and now you're moving into calmer waters. Things are love and happiness and joy are going to be reignited. It may take some time because you're struggling to break away from this heartbreak, and again, it requires some time to heal. But know that there's a lot of love on offer from your loved ones, a lot of support here to help you move successfully out of this heartbreak that you're feeling. Let's look at the Ace of Wands here. Sorry for the computer. Let me move it back, actually. That may help a little. Okay, so on the Ace of Wands, I have a message or communication, a judge, and unexpected joy. So whatever this communication that's coming in, it can be an official document of some sort, but it's bringing about unexpected pleasant joy for you, and it's going to ignite this desire to do something creative. So if it's, again, someone who's passed on, maybe it's you're wanting to do something in memory of them. If this is you letting go of this relationship, you're getting the official document that the divorce is final, and it does bring about an unexpected joy where you feel like you can start again. If this is a job, it's a job offer coming into you, and it's a pleasant opportunity. Let's look at the Ten of Cups here. So we have consistency, perseverance, determination, thought, and sadness. So in order for you, again, it's saying that in order for you to have this contentment and joy in your home and feel a sense of security and stability in your home, you have to be consistent in overcoming negative thoughts or beliefs and dealing with your sadness, dealing with your loss, okay? Taking that time out. Let's look at that Four of Swords. On the Four of Swords, I have the Lover. Just the Lover? Yes, the Lover. The Priest. And then we have the Message. So, on this card saying you need a rest, you need a timeout, perhaps a marriage didn't go the way you wanted it to, but there is a fortunate message that comes in that allows you to have that rest. Again, if it's a divorce, you're able to finally finalize this, and you're feeling that sense of relief. For those where it's maybe let go of a loved one who's passed on, you've been able to say your goodbyes at this point, either spiritually by praying or talking to them, and there's a sense of peace that comes with this, and there's pleasant messages coming in, maybe about this past loved one. Maybe they've left you something, or maybe when you do something in memory of them, you may have a dream of them. and they come to you and thank you for that in your sleep, because the Four of Swords, this is a man resting after all. But I'm really feeling here that, you know, the overall message with this Four of Swords is you need that time out to really re-energize and get a clearer perspective of things. Let's look at the Six of Swords. I want to say don't burn yourself out. The Six of Swords, something happened that upset you, that angered you, can be associated, it is associated with that Three of Swords, okay? Because you've lost a sweetheart, you've lost a love, and there was an ending to that relationship, or that person that is no longer there in your life, but you're learning how to move out of those choppy waters of those emotions and move into calmer waters where you can regain a sense of balance, okay? So now I want to look at singles. And we'll look at love and relationships for the single Aquariuses. Okay. We have the Knight of Wands that flew out, so I'm going to set this to the side. The Strength card that flew out. Okay. We have the Queen of Cups, Judgment, Ten of Cups, the Tower, Two of Pentacles, Two of Wands, Eight of Pentacles, Eight of Swords, and the Six of Cups. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Four of Wands. So I'll tell you right off the bat, I feel like for some of you singles, there's a water sign that you may have been involved with in the past. That can be a Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising sign. If not, we focus on the characteristics of this Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is someone who is very loyal, emotionally dependable. She is someone who wears her heart on her sleeve. She is someone who's very loyal and doting and empathetic and compassionate. She is someone who gives her heart freely and openly. And I feel as though in the past there may have been a separation or a breakup with this individual, okay? And you've been working on moving on since then, getting away from, you know, the heartbreak or the heartache that you've experienced. And it talks about a rebirth. It talks about, with this Judgment card, it's all about being reborn into a new way of living, or a new way of being, or, you know, if you're coming out of a relationship or you've come out of a relationship, you're learning how to be single again. You're learning how to trust yourself again and live in a different fashion than what you're used to. That can be an emotional level, you know, it can be a struggle sometimes. The waters in the background of this card are very choppy, so it suggests that emotionally you have highs and lows. And you may feel, a bit challenged emotionally and mentally. These Eight of Swords surround this woman. She's all tangled up and her eyes are covered. So it's like, you know, she has some negative thoughts or beliefs or limiting thoughts and beliefs that she's not dealing with. She can easily remove the blindfold and move away from these swords and these negative thoughts, but she doesn't know how, or she's not really trying. because it's easier to just sit and wallow in it than it is to move forward and do the work. Now, what's interesting is I see that perhaps this was a marriage, perhaps this was a relationship where there was children involved, because I have the Ten of Cups, and the Ten of Cups talks about, a happy home, a happy relationship where all the cups were filled, you were very satisfied. And I feel like there's a decision to be made, and that decision is involving the return of this individual with the Six of Cups. So this person may be coming back into your life now that you're really trying to work on rebuilding your life and living a new way, and you're struggling with the emotions and the mental thoughts. You're working very diligently at that, but I see that they may come back. They may come back. And you have a decision to make whether or not you see yourself long-term with this person. Because this Two of Wands talks about looking out into the future and trying to make the best decision in the long term. What's going to serve you best. The Knight of Wands is a very feisty energy. He's very fast, and he can be careless sometimes. He can be hasty. So there's a warning with this card to not jump back into this relationship. Don't be hasty. And it is going to require strength on your part to not be hasty, but, make sure that you're doing this for the right reasons, rather than just not wanting to be, single or what have you. Do it for the right reasons. The Four of Wands here talks about stability. It talks about security. It also talks about a celebration. So perhaps this is a situation where, it would be good to reignite this relationship, but take it slow, okay? Take it slow. Don't assume that things are always going to go back to exactly the way they were right away. It's going to take time. Let's look at this with some oracle cards and see what we get. Remember, this is a general reading. If you'd like a private reading, I'll post my website in the information box below the video. So some of these messages may not resonate with all of you, but for some of you, this is something that you're dealing with. Let's look at the Tower card first. Yeah. So the Tower came about because there was a change regarding a love relationship where you were the lover, but then you find yourself single. Let's look at the, well, I'm getting another message that this person's kind of promising you that they want the moon and stars with you. They want, they want to get instantly back where they were with you, but it's going to take time. It's going to take time, so don't be hasty. Let's look at this Ten of Cups. Yeah. Okay, so on the Ten of Cups, we have the widower reminiscing on the past, but then there's a precious gift that comes in. Can be this offer, this reunion. But you take your time out and you study it. You take your time to analyze it, to think it through. Really try to figure out if this is going to end up in a Ten of Cups situation. Let's look at the Six of Cups. So on the Six of Cups, you've been trying to soldier on and move forward from this relationship. However, this person may be coming back because they want that intimacy. They want that solid relationship that perhaps you guys once had. And there's hope. There's reignited hope. Lastly, I want to look at this Four of Wands. Okay, yeah. So we have the reunion card. So there's a reunion taking place, and it's going to be a fresh start, a new beginning. And the foe here is saying, this is someone that you may have thought of as a foe in the past. Like you're having a fresh beginning with someone that you had difficulties and challenges with. Okay? So that's what I have for single Aquariuses.